Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing a voiceover over the stream where I hit legend. I did 10 battles. First team is a very meta team in the open Great League, which included Gfis, XL Azumarill, and Tropius with Air Slash. Just want to quickly go over these battles, talk about some of the strategies, approaches that I like to do, and some really good matches here. So we start off Gfis Mirror. So what I like to do, people can play this differently. I do think that this is a very good matchup to be, just because the Earthquake does a lot of damage. I try to get the extra mudshot through, but I wasn't able to. So they bait me. I'm going to throw the Earthquake here. They didn't get the mudshot through either. And then I play this a couple different ways. Sometimes I play this into the 2 shield or a double shield. But this time I decide to catch the move onto Tropius. This makes them very inefficient in terms of their energy generation. They actually stay in for a little bit, which is actually a really smart idea. And now I know that they're at about 6. And they come in with Air Slash. Is that Air Slash? Might be Snarl, actually. Let me take a look. Well, they come in with Mandibuzz. Oh, it's Snarl for sure. They come with Mandibuzz. I'm able to get the Air Slash too, which is great for me. I decided to actually throw Leaf Blades here because I actually want to stall the clock a little bit more. And actually get out to Azumarill as soon as possible. I do let this go. And then I'm just going to go straight into Azumarill. There's a little bit of a gap in our clock. Because of, there's a little bit of gap in our clock. They actually decide not to throw the move here, which is actually kind of curious. So I throw the Ice Beam here. It actually doesn't KO. This Mandibuzz survives with 1 HP, which is quite fortunate for them. A little bit of lag here. And they actually do let me get this move off. So I know that they're at around 7 or 8 Vine Whips, even though there was some visual lag there. So I figured they're at about double. They should be at, I figured that they're at 11 or, which is like 1 or 2 away. So I try to catch the Frenzy Plan. It doesn't actually end up working there. But I have the move here, so I throw the Leaf Blade here. They actually end up shielding. They actually built up a little bit past there. But I've taken their last shield, which is really good for me. They come into their own Stunfisk here. They actually should have the move there, but I'm able to get it off first for some reason, or I'm not entirely sure what happened there. So I'm going to shield this because this does the most damage compared to what's remaining. I know the Mandibuzz has a move. I'm only 1 mud shot away, which I end up getting through anyways. They're going to be able to throw the foul play here. I'd be able to live another foul play easy if they had a second one, which they don't. And I'm able to land the Rock Slide there. So even though I got baited first, I was able to recover from that matchup. In fact, the backline did hard counter my backline, but through aggressive switching, catching moves, making your opponent inefficient, I was able to win the game there. So, and as you can see, my opponent comes in the chat and says GG. Very strong opponent. They played that game very well. So we'll go Mew into Gfis here. So there's a couple things you want to do when you're picking out your opponent. So I noticed my opponent very good at counting. Basically threw exactly when I got to the Earthquake. So I throw the Rock Slide bait here. They end up shielding, and then they got a Shadow Claw through, and then you can see here they CMP tie me again. So I know this going into this match, going to this last thing here, that they really like to CMP tie, right? They're very good at counting. So they know I there's no way I can mix in an Earthquake and that Rock Slide would KO. So I basically built up to the Rock Slide, and then I switched to a Azumarill because I know exactly when they're going to throw there. They're going to throw the Flame Charge here. I'm going to catch the Flame Charge, and that allows me to force them to be inefficient. And they actually decide to not bail, and they come into Ninetales here, and then Charm sneaks through, which is okay. I'm going to be able to get this Hydro Pump off. And I did go over to try to throw them off, but my opponent is too good there. They're very good at counting there. So to get the move off there. So I don't want to throw the rock slide into this Ninetales. So I had to make a decision here. I'd rather get energy and burn the shield here. So I know for sure they will get the weather ball off, and then I'm gonna look to air slash down, and they actually end up switching out. Well, I have a pretty big energy advantage. It's probably going to be 3 rock slides anyways to KO. So I throw the Leaf Blade here, and I'm overcharging to kind of throw off my opponent. So, as in there, they are also overcharging here to try to throw me off. So I know this opponent's going to play some pretty mad mind games here. So they actually have another rock slide ready, and then at this point in time, I'm going to burn the last shield here because the mud shots are very resistant at this point in time. And almost do no damage. They actually had a rock slide there. They actually chose not to throw it. Maybe because they wanted to get the double rock slide, or they didn't realize how much energy I had. And then I'm able to mud shot down, so actually able to win that match. So really, really tough match there. My opponent really catching the move there was my win con. At the beginning, and then as well just preserving the energy for later. So they come to Azumarill here. So what I like to do here is I like to throw the Earthquake here. So I'm actually able to sink here, and then I want to try to catch the Hydro Pump. Most of my opponents are too good at this stage to throw here, so they actually end up throwing the Play Rough here. So I am going to throw the Ice Beam here. Which is totally fine. They ended up... so at this point in time, I'm like kind of in trouble here, especially if they have an Altaria in the back. So I decided to no-shield that. And they're going to throw another foul play here. I have an XL Azu, like rank 20-something. So I'm going to easily be able to tank this and still get to the Hydro Pump here, because I can survive 2 more Shadow Claws, and I'm going to be able to get the Hydro Pump off, which they end up shielding. So at this point in time, I am going to let this go. I am going to be pretty low. A Rock Slide wouldn't KO, especially if they have XL Sableye. It does around 39%, so I go for the Earthquake just to guarantee KO. They come to Azumarill here, and then they actually try to catch the move on Altaria. But actually, I'm able to throw the Rock Slide here and land these 2 Rock Slides. And actually very fortunate here that they did switch into Azumarill. The Earthquake would actually did quite a bit to the Azumarill, and I am up quite a bit of energy here. So I'm going to throw these air slashes here, build up. I know they have multiple sky attacks. I end up trying to catch the sky attack, which actually ended up working out for me. And then I'm going to air slash down. They do get to move here. I'm going to shield this. And then I think this Azu actually only has Play Rough. So I was going to be able to win this match regardless. So I'm going to build up a little bit here. And I'm going to throw the Leaf Blade. I definitely, the win con there for me was for sure that they came into Altaria to try to catch the move. So it ended up working out really well for me. So another Azumarill. So we're going to play this out the same. This time I'm going to throw 1 past the Earthquake to try to sink our fast moves here. A little bit dangerous there, and so that way they don't get the extra bubble through, or I don't give them any turns. And I'm going to throw 1 mud shot there, and then I'm going to switch out. They saw that they were able to... I should have went Hydro Pump here. Kind of a stupid play on my part, to be honest. Because in the 0 shield, going straight Ice Beam, you actually lose to Galvantula. Versus if you go Hydro Pump, you actually win. So they actually had no shield there. So very smart play by my opponent. But they do have to throw here, because I am going to be able to make it to that Ice Beam. And that's actually perfectly fine for me. I'm going to go right away into... Well, I should have went right away into G-Fist there. I'm actually not entirely sure why I didn't. Because they're going to be able to make it to a move here. And I let this go. They have like 1 HP on their. They actually come into a Zoomer here. They haven't thrown yet, so they have to respect the potential for the Hydro Pump. But they have like basically 100 energy here. So I am going to shield this. So I figured that they have like a fighter in the back. So this is not the best situation for me. So I throw at 4 here, which is 1 away from the Ice Beam. And they end up shielding because they want to get this Ice Beam off. I'm actually able to get an extra Air Slash too, which is really good for me. And then I figure that they're not going to shield here, but I'm going to throw at 4. So you're going to see me double up. And if they do shield, I'm going to be able to fire another one off at them. And let's see what they're going to do here. They come into Metacham here. I make kind of a mistake here. Maybe it's not a mistake, but I really should have went for a double Leaf Blade instead. And that would definitely did more damage there. So I am going to bait here. This is like my only win con is to land the Earthquake some way somehow. They actually end up shielding, and then they're gonna throw no move KOs me here. They only have energy for the Ice Punch, and then I'm gonna throw the Earthquake here, really hoping that they don't catch. And then I'm gonna be able to throw the Earthquake and then be able to KO. But I did make a slight misplay there. I should have went for double Leaf Blade. Then potentially they would have been in Rock Slide range. So I believe this is the last battle in this set here. So they come into Jellicent, totally fine. We're going to see if it's Bubble or Hex. It is Hex. Very likely that they Bubble Beam me first. So I let it go. Okay, they Shadow Ball, so likely they don't have Bubble Beam. So that's something I should make a note of. I go for the Earthquake here. And then I think I go for the Earthquake again, which I do, which I'm able to get to first because I was able to sneak a move through. And I'm going to let this go. I make a dumb play here because they actually went 1 over. And then what I should have done was I should have committed to the Air Slash down. And because I lose CMP, I know this is going to be an Ice Beam. So as you can see here, I just made like a stupid play there. I'm not going to undercharge here because I really want to get rid of this Jellicent. So, very bad for me. They come into Ninetales here. I am going to look to... So, I thought they were 2 away, and I was going to try to catch on a Azumarill there, but they actually got like an invisible charm through. I was like, what? I didn't even see the charm, but that's okay. So... I am going to throw the Leaf Blade here and see what they're going to do. They no shield, and they actually have an Altaria in the back. So their backline was really strong against Tropius, but unfortunately they made the wrong read there, and I was able to come out on top. All right, so this is the other team I'm running, which is Altaria, Triple Legacy Seaking, and Toxicroak here. So I end up in a favorable lead, Altaria versus... Sableye. Altaria wins this regardless of what they do. I think they actually end up baiting me with the foul play, which I end up shielding. I shield here because in case it was return, but that's okay. We end up CMP tying here, which is okay as well. And they throw the return, puts me super low. Unless they try to shield this, I should be okay. They don't end up trying to shield it. They come to Reggie here, and I switch out into Seaking because I don't want to get farmed down. And they come into Beedrill, which is really not good for me because Beedrill does resist the poison jabs. I do have to shield. I let this go. They drill around me. I really should have shielded, to be honest, because now they can X-Scissor me here. I don't have too much of a choice here. I should have debatably drill run here. I don't know. It's hard to say. Drill run definitely would do more damage. And then I'm going to look to farm down here. And I'm actually able to farm down. And they're going to lock on me down. Thankfully, they let me get to the drill run here. They have a flash cannon already. And at this point in time, because I landed that move here, I'm just going to fast move down. They're already at 100 energy here. And I debated trying to catch onto Altaria, but I figured that as long as I land some counters here, I should be good. And then they're at a very little bit of HP. But I have enough health on Altaria to be able to Dragon Breath down, no problem, and take out the Registeel. So, okay, we go into this next game here. So this is very badly here. So basically, in my mind here, I'm like, I'm going to 2-shield this matchup and drop all shields and then have Toxicroak versus everything in the back. So I shield the first one here. And then I throw the Icy Wind. They are going to be able to beat me to the next one, obviously, right? So throw the Icy Wind, and they're going to be able to get right here. Oh, they decided not to throw there. Actually, able to get an extra Poison Jab through. I'm just going to shield this, so I'm just going to... I am going to throw a little bit extra, just in case they don't shield. So this is basically right before they get to another Night Slash. So they get to right here. I'm actually able to get another Poison Jab through. And then I think I do farm up a little bit extra in case they don't shield here. Actually undercharge here in case they don't shield. Which they end up shielding. And then they're very debuffed. And I come into Toxicroak here just to get a little bit of energy advantage. And then they come into Surfetch here. They switch out. And then here I just built up a little bit of extra energy just so I can catch the move. And they actually end up throwing a Leaf Blade at me, which is very curious. And then what I don't want to do is I don't want to take out this Surfetch here because they want to farm down with a Wigglytuff. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm looking at my clock. And then once my clock is like around 10 seconds to go, which is like 1/6. I will farm it down, then I'll throw a Sky Attack here. So you can see here, I'm going to be able to farm it down right here, and then they're going to come back to Wiggly right away. I'm going to throw the Sky Attack here, because I don't want them to farm me down and get a move off. And then they try to catch the move. Unfortunately, they were off on their counting, so I'm actually able to get to the Sludge Bomb here and take out the Wigglytuff. So good battle there. Going against my good friend for the battles, excellent battler. So she's leading Quillfish, which is very good for my Altaria. So she farms up a little bit before switching out, like 3. So like halfway to the Aqua Tail. So she comes in Stabilize. I don't have an answer to Stabilize, so it's actually pretty bad for me. So I play the 1 shield here. She's going to be able to get off another Foul Play off before I can, which is totally fine. And then I'm going to build up a little bit extra energy here and then throw the Sky Attack. And then I'm just preparing to whatever comes in. It's going to be a Mandibuzz. And I actually build up this Sky Attack, and then I'm going to bail to Seaking here. I want to use that Sky Attack later. I kind of make a, I don't know, questionable play here. I probably should have shielded the first one there. I'm going to build up extra. Unfortunately, it gets an Air Slash through. I'm going to build up extra here just in case she tries to switch out to Quillfish. So that way I have energy. She throws a Foul Play here. And then she's at 1 there. Now she's at basically like 2 seconds away from Aqua Tail. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. So she farmed up a little bit extra here. Not too much, though. And then I'm going to throw the Sky Attack here because I need the damage off. And then my thought process is that I'm going to look to counter down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She definitely had the Aqua Tail there. I'm very certain she didn't throw it. But that's okay. A very good battle. I think I would have won this regardless because the Aqua Tail does about 43%. And I was able to land the... I don't think she has that move at Mandibuzz because I think she was only at 1 over. But a very good battle with her. She was actually able to make that battle really close despite despite having the big lead disadvantage there. So another tough lead for me. I go straight to Seaking. They actually come straight to Tropius, which is an absolute beautiful matchup for me. Yeah, very good battle against for the battle shoes. She came into the chat as well. I talked to her afterwards. She actually didn't realize I was actually that close to legend, but her and I always have excellent matches. Definitely go follow her on Twitter and Twitch. This is a very favorable matchup for me. I'm gonna have to eat one regardless, so I'm just gonna take it here. I want to preserve the shield because the 0 shield with Registeel is like very uncomfortable. So I am gonna throw the Icy Wind here, and let's see what's gonna come in. It's actually gonna be a Pelipper, so that works out really well for me. And then they come into Reggie. I don't need to shield Toxtrot at all. And as you can see in my chat, they're all getting very excited that I'm going to be able to hit Legend. And I throw the Mud Bomb here one before they get to the Flash Cannon. And then I throw the Mud Bomb here for whatever reason. Maybe put them into Sky Attack range, I guess. Doesn't really matter here. There's no way Pelipper can beat an Altaria Upper Shield. And I'm going to shield this. And they throw the Hurricane, which is totally fine for me. And so now I'm 4-0 at this point in time. I'm like, whatever, like 30 points away. So I'm for sure going to hit Legend. And then I go into this last game here. This last game was, maybe I was like a little bit too distracted. My opponent also played really well in this last game here. So this is obviously the worst lead possible. And I go into Seaking here. And they go into Metacham. And I'm like, I'm okay if this is not a non-pup Metacham. If this is a non-pup Metacham, I can win this match. But they have pup there. As soon as they throw their move there, they have pup there. And what I should have done here was not shield this next pup. I shield this because if I don't shield this next pup and they shield the Icy Wind, then maybe I have a chance. But that's okay. They end up shielding here. I doubt that they would shield, to be honest. So now they are still like a negative. Yeah. If I had 2 shields for Toxicrow, I had a chance to win this game here. But it would have been really tough still. This is just a power-up punch. So I am going to switch out to Toxicrow here. Just get the extra counter through. They come into Deoxys here. And if they have Psycho Boost, this game's over here. If I had 2 shields here, and I double shielded the Psycho Boost, the third one actually doesn't do quite that much damage. But my opponent played super well. And this game is predictably very over here. So I'm just going to pause it right here. Good job to my opponent. So I had a lot of fun this season playing, obviously. For those that don't follow me on Twitch, I just purely almost 100% of my battles I play based off of viewer recommended teams. Let me just talk about this really quickly. So for myself, I play basically unique teams the entire season throughout, regardless of league, and that's because like I have like really good understanding of like battle mechanics and Pokemon and move counts and all that stuff. But I do recommend that if you're looking to climb, that you stick with one team, unless it's absolutely terrible for the meta, for whatever reason. You look to play it out, try to understand matchups, have a plan, work on your battle mechanics, etc., and that's the best way to climb. I know it's very tempting, especially when you see a bunch of these content creators showcasing their own battles using really interesting Pokemon, or others using really interesting Pokemon and climbing. That's all great, and that might work for them, but I do think that pick a team that works for you. Practice, learn to play out bad leads and bad outcomes, and then you'll be able to be able to succeed and come out on top. So I'm going to leave it there. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see everyone in the next video.